I follow you on Instagram and I follow you along, so
Oh,
I
thank
know
you.
some of the things that you say about cars already. But w- w- what is your current take on kidney grills? And what do you think BMW could do with them to continue to incorporate the kidney grill, but modernize it? Right?
Tricky one. That is really not an easy question to
It isn't,
answer.
is it? Because I don't actually know the
Uh,
answer. I don't think making them as big as a house is the answer
no, no,
for the
definitely not
record.
the answer. But here's the problem. So I don't like the Kine grill on the 4 series. Like absolutely, I do not. And I made a point to Domagoy also and to to people. I would take a photo of the car like really up close, wide lens, and I'll be like,
Yeah,
okay, this is what it looks like. I'm like,
yeah,
this is pretty bad.
it's bad.
This
Yeah,
is what people see. And then I look at the M3 and M4. And I'm like, okay, acceptable. I would have done it. I my idea when the car came out, I said my ideal Kine grill, if you wanted to go a little bit bigger, was on the 3.0 CSL homage. And the reason why I bring that car up, because you guys were on a podcast with Matt Farah a while back, and you guys were looking up some 3.0 CSL things, and our article came up, the second one with the homage, which had the smallish, Kino grill still big. And I'm like, that's a good compromise. Not
yes,
small. The car got bigger. It's in between. It looks great. I'm like, why not? It was there for the taking. I'm
I
like,
know.
it was there. You've done it.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's the
know.
same car. So to me that was that. But now here's the other kicker. Right now they're switching now to small grills once again, but they become phygital. So this is a new term that's been invented. It's called phygital, which is physical and digital. So now
Yeah,
you're gonna have a Kine grill made out of glass with like lights inside.
right.
So what do I make of that? I don't know yet. I've seen the concept
Yeah.
car. I haven't seen the final car yet. So I don't know. Could be worse, maybe. I, I don't know. I mean, I get the idea behind it. I get the new class. I get the sustainability topic. I get all of that. It's a great story behind it. They've done a great job telling the story so far, but I need to see it on the road. I do not know. And I made fun of that because they showed me the concept SUV, the new class X, last a few months ago, and I started the interview with the designer, head of BMW I design. I'm like, you guys went from this to like this tiny grill in the middle with lights. I'm like, once again, no middle ground. I'm like,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going on?
yeah.
Polarizing. So I don't know, honestly. I mean, I'm not a fan of the current big grills, clearly not. It looks fine on some cars like the X7. Okay, I get it. It looks okay, but not on smaller cars, especially not the 4 Series. And now going more horizontal and all of that, I don't know what that's going to look like. And I'm more concerned about sports cars like the new M3 electric and all of that. How is that going to play? It's still going to be aggressive enough. It's still going to be a recognizable BMW. And that's the biggest thing for me. Do I recognize it as being a BMW?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I completely agree with everything you're saying. I don't actually know the right way to do it, but I think as you said that CSL homage, is that what it was? It was CSL homage.
Yes, yes, so
Yeah,
much. Yeah, something
yeah, like
else. But yeah.
that looked the right direction to me. It
Yeah.
was like as you
Yeah.
said, it was like it was a well proportioned grill. I don't
Yeah.
think it's actually that hard to do but maybe it is. I don't know, but I'd love to see, and the newer Classa is close to it, right? In terms of looking a little bit like the front of the old E30,
For sure.
right? But I don't know. I think maybe just going back to a slightly smaller version of it is probably the answer, right? They inflated
Yeah.
it just too much. And you said too small is also stupid.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, just put it somewhere in the middle and we'll probably be
Yeah.
okay. Like, oh, I don't know, like the M5 CS. Like that looks great.
Yeah. It's my
The
favorite car.
previous Gen M3 and
Yeah.
M4, they looked
Yeah.
well proportioned, right? The
Yeah.
M2,
Yeah.
right? So
Exactly.
I
I mean,
just
the
think that
M5 CS.
was the
Yeah.
max it should be, though, that size of that generation, right?
I agree. And when you have time, you can Google this. It was called the BMW Pininfarina Grand Lusso or Grand Lusso Concept something. It was like a 7 Series Grand Coupe, design language. And if you look at that car, I'm like, okay, that's the 7 Series should have been on the road. You guys had it once again. You showed it. It was amazing. Why not use that design
Why
language?
not use that? Yeah.
Sometimes I just, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, they make so many great concept designs that could be put into production easily. Like the recent one is the Skytop, the concept one, which they will put into production, but limited. And I'm
Yeah.
like, look at that nose. I'm like, it's a Z8 nose with a little bit of modern things. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
That's the
Just
one.
do
This is
that.
it.
Just do that.
Exactly.
Why
That's
not do
like,
that? Yeah.
and you don't have to do it for all the cars, but do it enough for a few cars that people will be like, okay, BMW can still build cars, they can still do this. And then,
Yeah.
give me the obnoxious, X7s and whatever 7 Series and all
Yeah.
of that. So I have a love and hate relationship with that. And I spend so much time on design, honestly. I think they're tired of me talking about design. And I just filmed the 2 Series Grand Coupe, which I can't talk about it much. It's going to come out soon, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah.